this ZvP. In the top right-hand side, we're going to be starting off with our blue Zerg player. This is Rogue. And in the bottom left, it is going to be our red Protoss player Classic as we get into this best of 3 PvZ. Classic Rogue to come on through and show us what's up. These two are 0-2 in the group right now. Well, Classic's no longer 0-2. He's 1-2, but Rogue is 0-2. Let's see what goes down on Snowpiercer. As what a crazy situation for us to end up in. Overload coming across. Beautiful movement. Someone as talented as Rogue makes us Overlord transition across the map just so fascinating. I mean, look at him. Just rallied right to the front of the base. Knew exactly where the other player spawned to send that Overlord there immediately. Top tier Zerg play. Look at him. He's not even going to stop. Look at him go. He's going to go far enough to see the Nexus. What a scout. Yeah, other games ZvP takes a moment, guys. Couple lings pop out. Probe is going to get chased around a little bit. Maybe we'll see a few lings jumping onto that probe. You just had to watch 10 ads. That is the beautiful world of supporting StarCraft 2 tournaments. Salute you for your service. Without you watching those 10 ads, this tournament may not exist. Who knows? Prize money may not be good enough. On a very genuine note, we do run a lot of ads because ads are actually very important to the economy of our stream. Without the ads, we would not actually be able to run a lot of the tournaments we run. So, real talk, the ads, when we play them, it's for good reason. We play the amount we do because it works. It is more than other channels, but we also have much higher outgoing costs than other channels as well, so... Couple of depths will just shade into the back. Couple lings will go down. There's going to be a third ling going down there as well. Make that number 4. Make it 5. Not bad on the first couple of depths in terms of ling kills, but 6 lings. Now actually going to get a drone maybe. Let's see if we can get any, obviously, Spore Crawler placement and save some of these. We do lose 1, maybe going to lose 2. Okay, pretty good for 2 adepts. Going to get 6 lings and 2 drones. I think that's pretty darn decent. Usually I'd say 2 drones is a win for the adepts, and yeah, you kind of add in the lings on top of that, then brilliant. The Oracle goes for 2 more drones, however, takes a big beating, so Classic going to be dropping on low HP bars there. Why can't I just conjure money from the void to give everyone free entertainment? Yeah, you know, someday that is my goal, to actually just conjure free money from the void. I mean, that's kind of what ads do. You guys just have to sit there while they play. Like, I feel like of all the things that can happen on a stream, some ads popping up is pretty harmless most of the time, you know? And it literally generates money for StarCraft too. Like, so, you know, so much worse, you could actually have to go out and work and give us some of the money you work for to make these things happen, but you can just sit there and a video plays. Yeah. A couple queens gonna get there. Oracles will take some shots. A few hits coming through as we just have the Oracle reactivating for a couple of moments, so some damage being dealt. Again, Resonating Glaives coming up. 9 more drones on the way through. Spore Crawler Lair still building. We got back around the bottom. The Adepts are coming over once again. That's the Revelation going to come through. Creep Teamer goes down. As the Adepts pull back out in the center. The Ling's going to go run at the front. Stalker going to be taking some damage. Again, the Resonating Glaives and the Adepts continue through. The Roach Roaring and Lair continue to produce on the side of Rogue, so we get that on the way. And the Adepts continue to settle down for the moment. Adepts move again. Glaives coming up. As Glaives finishes, Classic will try and put some damage in. That's a lot of Adepts. Now, obviously, Rogue is building Roaches, but will he have enough? He's going to put the Evo Chamber wall up to minimize where the units can go, where the Adepts can go to and attack him in. So that's already, I think, a move in the right direction as these Adepts move up. He's going to shade about into the mineral line here. The Spore Crawler will go down. Now going to shade toward the natural. I mean, all the drones have to pull away. As you're going to see, the Queens here are going to be in some trouble. Adepts are two-shotting Queens, so the transfusions have to come in pretty quickly. They're actually out of energy on the Queens as well. Now the Lings get a wrap around. Extra Adepts showing up, but the Lings are going to absolutely melt. Rogue in trouble as the Adepts try to get to the other side. Shading over there. The Warlock and Roaches are going to be good for the defense. This is already serious work done from Classic, who's building Immortals in preparation of the Roach follow-up. That's now a full wall-off, by the way, so now the Roaches have to kill the Evo Chamber to get back out. 2 drones are going to go down again. Another Queen or so, maybe. Drop an inject before this Queen dies. Best use of it. As Rogue tries to stabilize from this Adept pressure. 6 drones dead. As the Roaches chase, 1 Adept goes down during that process. The rest of the Adepts still sitting out the front. Obviously, with the Wall-Off now killed, we can actually threaten the trade into the mineral line of the natural as well. So you've got to be ready to deal with that. And as these other Adepts are going to still step up and see where else and what else they can maybe do. Roach speed is building. The Queen's in production. Drones and an infestation pit coming up as well. Adepts is going to try and shade. Again, the infestation pit will finish shortly. Roach speed and +1 missiles in production there as the Evo Chamber goes down elsewhere. It's going to be seeing the 18 Lings in production. Again, +1 in charge, all coming out. The Adepts will fire. As the Lings run up, the Roaches will follow. And +1 Storm coming through on the side of Classic. That charge also over halfway done. Stalker is going to go nibbling at the Overseer. Again, +1 attack. Storm coming in. The charge is producing as well. It's going to be having the Adepts continue to move around currently, getting back down to the bottom side. Again, +1 Storm and charge, all on the way out. Just going to see the extra Zealots moving through. The High Templar is building. Maybe a 4th base on the top left here from Classic as well, so we get that going on the 9 o'clock. So he's obviously very happy with the damage he's done, and the supply is starting to represent that too. Leading by 10 to 15 supply over Rogue at any point, especially when Rogue has had Roaches on the map, is not good. Not a good look for the Zerg player. And take a moment here to knock on this set of rocks, and knock, knock, and the rocks go down. I mean, Classic is coming. He obviously feels as though he's got potential here after the opening, and he will make his way across the map. State Sword coming through, the Zealots and everything else setting up to take a fight. We have got Hydras that have been starting to make, but don't know where they are. Just starting to spawn. Right now, it's almost like, where did I even drop the Storms? It almost feels unnecessary. It wasn't even really like a big clump of units. Rogue just does not have enough, and Classic is going to take the first game. So Classic gets off to a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. So, yeah. If you're here playing in my tournament for 6 hours, then you're in the playoffs, and it's just a 1-day playoff basically, and you're pretty much in the grand finals. That's the only time my tournaments request that from you. Like tomorrow, if you get to the grand finals, you might be here for 6 hours, right? But I mean, then you're in the grand finals, so I can't really complain too much. Then I can't do much about that. So yeah. In the top, right corner of ley lines. Our blue Zerg player is Rogue. He takes on the red Protoss in the bottom left corner of the map, Classic. Let's see a drone nibbling up at the probe, as that probe will be. I mean, we watched the Overlord micro of Rogue last time. I don't want to show you, pure Protoss and Terran players the fear of that once again. So we'll just watch the probe nibbling some minerals instead. Now, what's up, Kyromancer RTS? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub. You get support for more days like this. Thank you for your dedication to StarCraft. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting. Appreciate it. You guys rock. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. It's been a fun one today. It's been a long one. We've been going 5.5 hours non-stop. We've got a best 3 after this. Rogue Beyond to play. You guys know Rogue Beyond could be like a 30-40 minute game as well. Never doubt what can come out of those two. Never doubt. Things will pop out and chase the probe down. No more mass change things, please. Rogue's like, you will cast for 7.5 hours today, Wardy, and you will like it. Honestly, I think Rogue Classic has potential to have a long game mixed in here as well, to be honest. I don't think that's too crazy of a potential, you know. Let's be coming up from Rogue. Queen gonna get onto the Adept. Adept will shade back down to the bottom here. Rip the Jacker, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you. As we continue to come on in. Adept's gonna fire. Flings and drone or so going down as well. A little bit of damage being dealt as our Nexus will drop onto the third base. We're just gonna get that started. That's a forward third base from Classic, so I'm trying to capitalize on the position of that base. Gonna put that out over there. Couple things gonna get there. A couple of throws go down. The oracles will activate to chase those lings down as well. A couple of probes go down. Debs are going to join up together. Forge and the Twilight Council building through also. There's the Lings, drones, and the Queen coming on by for the moment. Well, Lings will move about. A couple of oracles will get across. Heading to the upper right hand side as well. It's just going to take those out of themselves on a bit of a journey. Inflation will drop down, allows the Adepts to clean up some of the creep spread. Always nice to see that happening as the Roadtron is coming up to finishing. Les halfway done. 3 more drones on the way through. Lings and an Overlord in production. Adepts will continue about as the creep teamers go down. The Oracles and the Adepts continue to gather in bottom. attack, blink, the gateway's coming through. Battery building up on the front of the third base. Stasis ward lands, Queen and a couple drones gonna get caught. There's another stasis ward coming about there. Gonna catch just a few more drones. The Queen's continuing back over. Oracles keep on moving as the Queens will shoot and the Oracles take some damage. Another stasis ward. Actually gonna get cancelled as the Oracle realizes I'm on low HP. Let's not die trying to put that in place. Things going around the bottom. It's going to be seeing the again +1 and blink coming over. Templar Archives is coming through. And this is going to run into that mineral line. A couple of those probes taking hits. Back into the main base. Go after the few probes again. The Oracles will activate energy overcharge on one of these Oracles to bring them up to really high levels of energy. That means even more stasis ward potential. Classic starts to poke around with the Stalkers. Let's see how well they do. As this is going to be him pushed behind the mineral line. You can blink down here, right? So, very, apparently not, when you don't have blink. Yeah. Got himself in the corner and he didn't have blink yet, so he actually has to just straight up recall. 5 more Stalkers warping in. Some missiles and groove spines coming up. The Lurker Den is coming about. Drones going to continue forwards. That's going to be the Hydra's able to get rid of one of the Oracles already, so one Oracle goes down immediately. Another stasis ward going to be placed. Going to get another one maybe a bit further forward again. A couple of Hydras already shooting through. Those Stalkers have to keep blinking back. +2 attack on the Forge now coming into play. And again, Hive and Lurker Den on the way from Rogue as he gets ready for the next step of this. Able to kind of get there so comfortably is obviously a big sign for him. He's got to cancel on that Nexus, so 4th base gets slowed. Rogue going to take a bit of a win there. He now continues back around the right side where there's going to be even more Stalkers just sitting in place, and the Lings get denied immediately. Again, just gonna have ourselves the Lurkers all coming up, Lings coming through, Seismic Spines +2 missiles continuing to come about currently. Okay, we get the High Templar with the Zerglings. Cute little play there from Rogue. Nice little catch as more Lurkers finish morphing. Seismic Spines is coming through, Adrenal Glands and +2 missiles, all a part of this right now as well. Two High Templar just gonna warp up on the high ground. More Zealots on the way through, Charge and Storm and +2 all coming up as well. Hydra will be on the way as the Overseer continues to gather. The rest of the Lurkers joining up, a couple of them going to join in together. Hey, we're going to see that dash ability from Rogue on the way up, so the Hydra dash coming through, maybe some cool plays to be made from that. There's the Oracle Stalker going to come about, just going to knock down a couple of Creep Tumors already. Going down to the bottom side, you're going to see a couple of those Lurkers going down. Oh, look at the Storms! The Storms all over the Zerglings! Classic takes an amazing start to this fight, now storming the Hydras up to the top side as well. What isn't safe from his storm, or what is safe from his storms? Pretty much nothing. I guess the Lurkers so far. Amazing storms from Classic. Well, Rogue could have done with the dash to dash out of some of those storms, as we will see the Lurkers still holding the position. +2 missiles and Adrenal Glands both coming up. Couple more Lurkers coming through, a couple Hydras on the way, Tempest and the +3 attack upgrade coming up as well. Still trying to break up this ramp, get in towards position here as a Hydra going to get stormed. We've seen our Lurkers pull back over again, +3 attack coming up. Spire is building from Rogue as well. We continue to come through with that one as... Man, what a couple moments, what a great set of storms from Classic. Can he do more than that though? Let's find out. I mean, all those Lings absolutely melted. Oh, Do not lose the High Templars to those Lurkers. Stay away from that as the Lurkers going to take a step forward. A couple of Storms go down. Lurker's going to take some big hits there. I mean, nice to see the Tempest out already for Classic, who tries to go for the hatchery on the top side. Remember, 2-0 for Classic here. We'll see him through this group, I believe. Going to be seeing the Ling's going to run in once again. Hydra's going to get after those Stalkers. Another couple Storms coming down. Storms all over the place, man. Storms have been great all the way throughout for Classic. However, he gets kind of surrounded here. The dash forward to go after the Tempest. And he actually gets a Tempest off the dash. So Rogue makes a cool dash play on the Hydralisks. Hydras will chase. Tempest gets pushed back. Battery will do some healing. Get back up to the high ground. Going to knock down an Oracle. The Pylon's taking damage as well. We will see. Zealot's getting taken out. Immortal trying to run through. I think Rogue might have just won this game. Those Lurkers not being pushed back well enough. He just doesn't have the support to let the Tempest do their thing. I mean, it's not over yet, right? The Tempest will be able to clean this up. The Classic is going to be hurting. Needs to go back to the drawing board on his army. 14 Corruptors, 10 Hydras in production, plus 3 missiles, melee upgrades. Rogue building in a big way. I mean, the fact he's got Corruptors coming through is huge to deal with these Tempests as well. It's looking very good for Rogue, actually. 2 more carriers coming up. Just going to see ourselves the Tempest get back to the center. Knocking down another Lurker. Here come the Corruptors coming through again. Going to go for 1 Tempest. Going to go for 2 Tempests. I mean, we don't have Storms apparently, otherwise we'd be dropping them, I imagine. These Corruptors just take the freebies. Not enough support. High Templars are just sat there, apparently fairly useless at the moment. Now going to go Caustic spraying down this Nexus in the center. Another couple Storms come through. Stalker's going to try and get underneath Hydras. Lurkers getting turned around. Shots coming across the board. The Corruptors get back down the bottom where we are going to be seeing cannons continuing to come through as well. It's another carrier killed. We get to the point of being GG pretty much as our Corruptors get back down the bottom side. I mean, this is really rough for Classic at this point. He needs to find a way to slow down some of this Zerg pressure, but just ain't happening. Trying to storm all over the place again. I mean, Classic has really been having some good storms this game, but this is just not good enough. As that is going to be GG's. Rogue is going to take game number 2, and we are going to go to a game 3 here between Rogue. On YouTube, it has to be enabled. Oh, can you even clip things on YouTube? I didn't even know that was a thing. Apparently clipping's turned on by default. You can do it on my stream already? Oh, awesome. Cool. YouTube clip in space because it lets you immediately go to watching the full stream from the clip. Wow, that's sick. Yeah, like I say, guys, please clip things. I'd love to see more clips from the stream. If you see any cool moments, clip them. I'd love to see more. 1-1 here between Rogue and Classic going to this game 3. As we settle down and we get ready to go. Oh, we're just gonna get down. I mean, we have ourselves a fun little scenario where Classic goes no scout, so a little greedy, but he's gonna get away with it. Nothing to punish here. me take a couple moments I mean, Rogue's just going to go to a third hatchery, so nothing too really crazy to talk about. Go back to reading chat a little bit. Nothing much else to say. If Classic wins, Spirit is out. Yeah, I mean, this group turned out to be extremely close. This group turned out to be extremely close. Coming through, Stargate coming in, the Warp Gate building on the Cybercore as well. We will see an Adept just on the way out here from Classic. The Adept negotiating a little bit as well, on a little bit of a move. Very surprised Rogue is down 2 series. Yeah, I think Spirit showing up. I mean, honestly, if you guys didn't watch Rogue Goblin today, Rogue Goblin was sick. This was a really sick matchup, like genuinely really cool. I thought this was awesome. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So absolutely go check out Rogue Goblin. This is a great series, some great control from Goblin. I think the Spirit Goblin games were, sorry, not Spirit Goblin, Spirit Rogue was a little bit less exciting because I think it was more so just kind of Rogue kind of dying early a lot of the time. And as unfortunate as that is to say, like sometimes it's just not that good. And I think, you know, it was cool to see Spirit winning, and they weren't bad games. I just think a lot of the time Spirit got ahead off of Rogue having a rough early game, and that third game, definitely a build order loss as well. He just couldn't recover from trying to rush the mutas. Does anyone know when the PTR goes live? We actually don't, but I really feel as though we're talking about it in the next week or two. Would be surprised if it was much longer than that. I don't think they're going to change up much more from what we've got already, so I think they're pretty much going to be ready to just put it live soon. Had a guess. At a guess. Classic doesn't seem like the new energy ability. Yeah, he doesn't charge up his Oracle before he goes across the map. He's going to go Fleet Beacon here, by the way. It's a super fast tech. We have seen some people just rushing out a Mothership. Is Classic going to rush out a Mothership? I guess we're about to find out. New patch has been really good in the games you've been watching. Yeah, I agree. You know what I think the best thing is about the PTR is that it feels very natural when you watch the games. Like, the changes don't seem super out of place. I think that's always a sign of a good patch. You know, where things seem to just be kind of moving along nicely. A few changes that change how things go exactly, you know, a little bit here and there, but just generally. Yeah, I'm a fan. PTR probably goes live after Home Story Cup. Hopefully before Home Story Cup, because I think PTR would, Home Story Cup would just play on the patch mod anyway, to be honest. I would be very surprised if it... So they're not going to hold it off until after Home Story Cup just because of Home Story Cup, because Home Story Cup would rather play on the patch. Like, if the patch isn't live by the time Home Story Cup comes around, then they will just play on the mod. There's almost zero doubt in my mind about that. We're going to rush carriers. Rogue is going to go Ling Queen Nidus here in this game. Your hints from Mexico? Hello. How are you doing? Thanks for dropping by today. I'm for some reason I'm in a chat reading mode at the moment. I'm just reading chat everywhere. As the Knights comes up on the bottom side, the Lings come over. Oracle coming through. A couple carriers are setting up. A few more of them on the way. Guardian will activate. A few of those Lings take damage. The Queens pop out the Nidus. And here we go! Can the Ling Queen Nidus get enough done? I actually think against carriers there is potential. Someone did this against Tempest the other day, and the Tempest were able to make a pretty decent shutdown of it. I think that was Shin against Goblin, maybe? Was that the Shin Goblin game in the qualifier? It might have been. Ling's going to try and boost their way through the front. A couple of carriers being healed up. Very slow to get rid of those Queens. The damage output is very, very slow on the carriers. Especially as Interceptors are taking damage. Voyager trying to help as well. Angie Queen at the front goes down. Lings are going to gain access to the natural. Classic sets up a secondary wall. Going to have to go all the way down the south to break in there. As the batteries begin to drop, 2 more carriers on the way. That's going to start bringing you to a very good number of carriers. As you do see Lings coming around this bottom side. Going to get themselves in towards the base. Probes are pulling. We're going to start losing a lot of probes. I don't think those probes should be trying to fight. I think you should just let the carriers kind of do their thing. Carrier in the main base is inactive right now. Just AFK. Got to get that busy. 24 workers going down. But, I mean, Classic's going to be coming into this with carriers on the follow-up. However, Spores are building in the front lines. I think this might have been a moment to target fire down the Spores, because now the Spores are actually going to start shooting down Interceptors very quickly. I think Rogue's done it. I think the Spores coming up is going to doom him a little bit. As I really feel like Classic, I'm pulling the probes in to fight the Lings. I get it, but like the probes just didn't, like the moment the Lings turn on the probes should run again. And it's like I said, I think these carries aren't going to be able to do enough, not able to kind of deal with this in time, meaning the Spores get up, and now Spores very good against those Interceptors, and we're going to get to a point where Classic probably just can't keep reinforcing Interceptors fast enough. Chi-Chi gets called, and Rogue is going to take this victory 2-1, and that's going to keep Rogue alive in the